Welcome to Love Ease Live. Every Wednesday at 7. Well, sometimes it's not at 7, but most Wednesdays it's at 7. So, welcome to Love E Live. I hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, hump day. Hey! Girl, I had my icy park on today. You got to text me and let me see your pictures. And our guest is here right on time, so I'm going to bring her right. Hey, Derica. Hey, Takesha. Oh, thank you. This is my signature chain. I'm always wearing this. Hey, how are you?
Great. Am I live? Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. How are you? Happy Wednesday.
Say it again.
I said happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We halfway there.
I
Come
know,
on
right?
now.
So how are you? How's your day?
Fantastic. I can't complain. Don't want to. And like somebody told me, good, because nobody wants to hear it anyway.
Basically.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Basically.
I'm glad you're having a good day. Well, we're live. And of course, I'll always have the replay up right after we finish. So if people come in and out, they can always go back and watch the replay later, which I find a lot of guests do based on the numbers. Introduce yourself, and then let's get into all about you and your business and what you got going on. The people want to know.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me on. I love your energy. I love what you're doing. So it's a real pleasure. For those of you who don't know me. Okay.
Because when we sat next to each other at dinner, I was like, oh, she's so fly. And I loved you had good vibes all around. All night.
Listen, it was a match made. I was like, okay, we gonna know each other. We gonna know each other. Okay. Yes. So for those of you who don't know me, I am HaJ. My name is spelled HaJ. So it looks like HaJ, but it's HaJ. If you ever call silent. That's right. H is silent. If you ever call my voicemail, you'll get a little rap that helps you along. You have reached HaJ, not HaJ, not HaJ. It kind of rhymes with cash. Now say it with me. You see what I'm saying?
I like that it rhymes with cash. That's a good one.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
See, I won't ever forget to pronounce it now because you said that.
Come on now. Come on now. So I am a writer, director, producer, performer, and part-time rapper, and also a coach. I am a TV writing coach, and I help aspiring new writers, creators, accidental storytellers who are having a kind of stuck trying to get their idea from their head onto their page. And then I also coach writers who have been along the journey, have a couple, maybe even a few or 10 scripts in their libraries, but have not been able to translate it out into the world to be able to pitch and sell.
That is awesome. Now, how did you get into this? Because this is not a traditional job. I don't think before I got into even the industry I'm in, I had never met anybody in a creative field, like filmmakers, producer. Like I didn't know any of those people until I got in this business.
Into fashion?
Yeah.
Get out of here. That's so crazy.
I was an accountant. So, I mean.
Right. So where, you probably knew them, but they were like undercover like you because, I mean, there's so many closeted creatives, so that's the other thing. But
that's true.
How I got into this is I'm actually a second generation storyteller. My dad migrated, came from Jamaica to America on a Martha Graham dance scholarship. He was dancing on Broadway when I was born in a production called Reggae. And funny thing, my mom is an independent filmmaker growing up. And so she told him, like, listen, you better be here when this baby is born. And so luckily, everyone who knows Broadway is closed on Monday, and so I was born on a Monday.
Oh, that works out. So it's in your blood, basically.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood. And so, witnessing two independent artists as parents just try to figure it out. I'm originally from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die, pre-gentrification. Okay.
That reminds me, Biggie, they have a documentary on Biggie that just came out that I gotta watch. When you said Brooklyn, that's what made me think.
Let me tell you, I just saw it. And literally I was rapping along with the lyrics because I grew up during that time. So it's,
Yes.
You know,
Okay,
when
I'm
it's
gonna watch
home is
it. I'm gonna
home.
watch it because I
You
just
see
saw
what
it came out.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I can watch his endless Biggie stories.
Yes, yes,
They still don't know who shot you,
yes.
but I still will go along with the journey.
Okay,
Uh,
representing BK in the top for all the people from up north.
all day, all day. Yeah, so I basically watch them, you know, basically figure out how to make stories
Mm-hmm.
that mainstream was not funding, right? Like during a time, it was like, you know,
Independent
show
projects.
say it again. Yeah,
In,
they're feature films, you know, they're short films, they're television films, and it was during a time when Hollywood mainstream was not funding stories that gave a lot of nuance
yeah.
to Black people. And so basically, they didn't see themselves represented or their community represented. So they invested to get those, you know, stories told. So my mom today is considered to be one of the first Black women to write, direct, and produce a 35 millimeter feature film. And it was really by accident. And just, you know, I
What's
think
the
I just
film?
it was called Alma's Rainbow. And when it
Okay.
came out, it was Billboard's top 40 between
Okay.
a film called Kiss the Girls and Face Off.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember Kiss the Girls and Face
Yeah.
Off actually, because Kiss the
Yes.
Girls had Morgan Freeman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Okay,
no,
that's
no, no. No.
that's not.
I think it was Sam Jackson.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I'm confused. My bad. My
Wait,
bad.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. The fact that neither of us are sure tells you everything.
It was one of them. And Face Off was John Travolta, right?
Yes.
And what's that other white guy?
Nick Cage. No.
Yes, Nicolas
Yes.
Cage. Yes, because that was actually a pretty good movie. Okay, but
Yeah.
anyway, back to the story. We getting on a tangent. Uh,
That was it. Yeah. So anyway, so just watching them you know, collaborate, you know,
yeah.
figure out how to make these stories, like, you know, while also sending me to school, you know,
Yeah.
across the neighborhood and like step over different color crack vials, just
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 to
to
get.
get, you know, an education while having this what I like to call urban chameleon experience
Yes.
of, you know, all of code switching
Yeah.
and all of that. It just inspired me to tell stories about my experience, people I know, friends, community, and all of that. And
So you
so
went to college for this as well, right?
I did. I went to actually high school. I went to junior high, high school, college, and so on. And so I went first to a school called Professional Performing Arts.
So you've
Got
been in the
in
performing arts basically your whole childhood up
whole
until.
life. And
That's
then
what's
I went
up.
to LaGuardia, the Fame School.
Yeah.
And then I went to Carnegie
I used to
Mellon for
love Fame. I
acting.
was young, but I remember it.
Fame! How do I live? Yeah,
Basically, yes. Okay.
all of that. Yeah.
That's what's up. So you did all of that, and now you do this for a living. So how did you transition when you got out of college to be able to make this your career, just like your parents did?
Yeah, so funny enough, because I saw how like rough it was coming up, just try to like, you know, make ends meet, you know, figure it out, and all of that. I actually went kind of the corporate route. Like I was like,
Okay.
oh no, I need to work with a company.
Yeah.
I need to, you know, figure this out.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't realize that I was a writer until much later.
Okay.
I was really kind of in the producer lane, but I also knew that I wanted to understand the business from the studio side. And
Yeah.
so when I graduated from college, I went to moved out to Los Angeles, worked at a boutique management company
Okay.
for this woman, Margaret Riley, who
Okay.
kind of like trained my ass, like gave me like hardcore, like Devil Wears Prada. I mean, she's fantastic, but like
Okay.
no joke training. You know, one of her biggest clients at the time was the creator of CSI. Was really like
Oh, I love all of Law and Order, CSI. Those were all my
all
little
of
show.
it.
Criminal Minds.
All of
All of
it.
those.
All of it. So, you know, huge stuff. And so I was reading like 20 scripts a
Yeah.
week and having to give notes and meet with other assistants. And so I think I really kind of learned and began to understand storytelling.
Yeah.
But again, never from like a writer perspective.
Yeah.
And then I moved on to work at Sony Pictures at a production company called Red Wagon. Red Wagon's first film was called with Melanie, oh God, Working Girl.
Okay.
And then, but the time that I was there, and the other film they're known for is Gladiator. And so, but the time I was there,
The Gladiator movie?
like Gladiator, yes,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, yeah. But the time I was there, uh, we were working on Bewitched, Stuart Little, and another film. But it was also during a time like 2007 or so where the industry was starting to crash and
Yeah.
change. And
Because the recession was coming too around.
yeah, exactly. So I just knew that it was like time to jump ship. And so I
Yeah.
started my production company, Tickles TV, and started producing content on the side, which, you know, ended up first piece of content got licensed to VH1. And then,
That's what's
yeah, and then a sketch that I co-created with a writer friend, to Haley Hall, got picked up by CBS with Tiffany Haddish in it. It never aired, but it you know, it developed and just kept going. And so I ended up obviously just taking my knowledge to help other writers who were starting their career along the path.
That's what's up. You've had an amazing journey, and I mean, you're not even halfway there. So I mean,
No.
that's amazing. Now, because you are helping writers, what is the best way for writers, and who all do you help, so that we can shout out all the kind of people that you do help, so they can reach out, follow your page, tag your page in the comments, and pin it, I believe is what they call it.
Yes, I know, right? What are the kids calling it?
Exactly. So that they can follow you, because, you know, it's a lot of people out here, especially now that content is so big. It's a lot of people are trying to get their shows or write shows or create content, whether that be for Patreon or YouTube, or trying to get it picked up, etc. So how do they contact you? And then, don't you have a writing class or a writing workshop?
Yeah,
so tell us about that.
Certainly do. And I'm glad you pointed that out in terms of all this opportunity that's out here to create content. I mean, in 2019, the US media companies spent like $120 billion on creating content. I mean, Netflix alone last year spent like $20 billion. Like,
I believe
for those,
yeah,
for those who
the Obamas and Shonda got really good deals from Netflix.
Listen, and that's only like a little bit. And
exactly.
So you don't, I mean, for people who are kind of intimidated by that or think they have to be a Shonda, you know, or an Obama, like, you really don't. There's so much opportunity to create content. So if you are someone who is a closeted creator, someone who's been wanting to write a TV script, or who's had TV scripts in your shelf for quite some time, you can definitely follow me at HaJ, The Rich Idea. You can DM me if you're interested in getting your, what I like to call, ugly baby draft out of your head. You find yourself stuck, overthinking it, all of that stuff. I encourage you to sign up for my 30-day challenge, where you can find the link in my bio.
Awesome. Because I remember when we met for brunch with Farah, you had mentioned one of your students was able to get one of her projects picked up, right?
Yes, she did. So this was a private client that I was working with for about 8 months, and there was many days that she wanted to give up. She wanted to quit me. She was like getting frustrated, like, when is this going to happen? And really no expectations, right? But I tell people that writing is really kind of a segue into tapping into something higher, you know, your divine creativity and your, you know, what you're supposed to be doing here. So after working together for 8 months, she got 2 co-production financing deals.
That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a script she came to me that where you couldn't really tell what the story was. It you know, it wasn't that engaging. And then by the time we finished workshopping it, she fell in love with this story, and so did some producers. So
they gave her some money for it. So that's what's up.
Exactly.
So you also work with private clients outside of your boot camp or your group courses as well?
I
Oh, do
do.
you want to write it in the comments? I know you told it, but if
Oh
you
yeah,
write it,
absolutely. I certainly will. That's a good
if
idea.
I
'Cause
try to write it, I might knock this whole phone
let
down.
me
It's
tell
so
you something. I am so glad you said something because, you know, I don't be thinking about this stuff.
yeah. So yes, follow her page. If you have a great idea, apply a story, right? And I mean, do you only work with storytellers or people that are writing scripts and TV shows and movies? Do you work with any other creatives or any?
I do. I do. So there are creatives that also want to learn to do what I do, right? Where they're able to take their talents and be able to teach other people.
Yeah.
And so for many of us who are creatives can often be so get caught up in the grind of trying to get like our own stuff popping that you don't realize that you have a whole skill set that can benefit a community of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So people who want to learn to turn their, creative talents into a business, I do also coach them as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, when is the next class? Is it ongoing? I know you said it's a certain amount of weeks. And
Yeah, absolutely. So to actually tomorrow, I have a free live workshop that you can click the link in my bio on my page, HaJ, The Rich Idea, to sign up
okay.
for. It's tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., where I'll be breaking down how to write a TV script in 30 days without confusion.
Okay.
So that is a free workshop where you can learn more about the challenge. And then to answer your question, yeah, the challenge is open enrollment, so you can join
Oh, okay.
anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if it was like you have assignment and then you start at this month or date. It goes for a certain amount of weeks and then it starts over. So when
Yeah,
people
no,
are jumping in the middle, how do you catch them up, or how does that work?
you start when you start. So
Okay.
as soon as you enroll in the course, you have access to about 8 of my videos where I break
Okay.
down
So like
how to
modules.
write. Yep.
Okay.
How
Cool.
to write a TV script. And then 2 days after you finish the last video, I give you, by the way, 7 days to watch those videos. And they're short, digestible videos. And
Okay.
then after you have that week to kind of mentally wrap your head around the idea with my guidance, you
Yeah.
start writing a page a day if you are working on a 30-minute comedy. 30 minutes are usually comedies. If
Yeah.
you're working on a 1 hour, you write 2 pages a day for 30 days. And so after that time period, you got an ugly baby draft script that you're ready to have workshop. And I'm in there
Okay.
championing you the whole way. It's not
Yeah.
one of those things where you just see my face in the video and you never see me again.
Yeah.
I'm like in there like swimwear, like check-in, because people also have to post what I like to
Oh,
call their
somebody
script
just said they
receipts.
joined. Somebody just
Ooh.
commented and said they joined, I guess, to go to either the workshop tomorrow or they're asking questions. You see it?
Oh, okay. Let me tell you. Let me pay attention to these comments. Okay, you see me?
Yes. You like, hold up, what?
I was like, hold up. Yeah, absolutely. So, Grandmaster Cinema, great question. So, the 30 days to write your TV script challenge, if you go through my website, it's currently $295, but if you DM me, I will send you the promo code for $149.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
See, just for tuning
absolutely.
in, you got a good discount.
Listen,
Good
okay?
looking
It
out.
pays to show up. It
Yes,
pays to show up. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And look,
absolutely.
anybody
Anybody,
who watching this, if y'all watch the replay before the night is over, y'all might end up doing the same thing. Reach out.
come
You
on,
never know.
reach out. Just, yeah, DM me and I'll send you back the promo code.
That's what's up.
So,
Good
yeah,
looking
it's
out.
30
I
days
appreciate that.
yeah, it's 30 days of championing. You get an accountability partner. Like I'm in there looking for you. So,
Yeah.
the idea is for you not to fail and to help you through this hurdle. So,
Now, another question. When they are done or when they're writing, and I know you had the one student that was able to get a deal, do you help anybody get deals too, or no? Or
yeah, that's
okay.
that's that's through my private coaching. So
Okay.
there's like a whole intake form where I ask you what you're looking to accomplish. Like some people are looking to just have like a bomb ass sample to be
Okay.
able to get staffed on a television show. Some
Okay.
people want to pitch and sell their own script. Some people want to do a combination of both. So it really just all depends on what you're looking to achieve. And I don't take anybody's money unless I think that I can actually help you.
Help them.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And you know, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. All TV shows, movies, etc., have writers. So you might not even want to make your own project. You might want to, like you said, the security of let me go and write for Mixish, Blackish, or any show like that, because all these shows have a staff of writers.
That's so true, and that's a great point that you bring up. Which one I want to point out that all of these shows have writers
And the
rooms.
only reason I mentioned those shows is because I know that was on my DVR to watch with my daughter.
Yeah,
So
I
I was
love
like,
it.
you know what? That's what I think I'm gonna do after this live. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, but those shows, every TV show has like a team of writers, which
Except
is
for Tyler
why
Perry,
you
because he
you
said
can't.
he don't.
Let me tell you, that's I'm not even. Hey,
We're
look,
not gonna
okay.
touch that. But I'm just saying, you know.
And so which is why you should not do it alone. It does not have to be a lonely process, and you actually it's a collaborative process, which is why I really encourage people to join the challenge and have this community. So yeah,
That's what's
absolutely.
up. So yes, everybody, all the writers, want to write on a TV show or write on a movie or whatever, or write your own project or a combination of both. This is your chance to learn from an expert who's been in the industry her whole life. Her parents are in the industry. If you didn't see the whole live, go back and watch the replay because I will post it right after this. She has a free masterclass, workshop, webinar situation tomorrow, so you can get more information and a rolling enrollment for you to learn how to make sure that your project is on point to even get noticed, like you said, by the people that can either, if you want to get signed or put on or get hired
Yeah,
somewhere, then this is the time. Like you said, they're spending so much money on content.
so
Netflix
much.
come out with a show every 5 minutes.
Come on.
So there is a lot. And then we have all these apps like Hulu and all the rest of them. They all have their own original projects as well, just like Netflix. So
That's right.
and of course, we live in Atlanta, which is like Black Hollywood, with all the projects that are getting filmed and executed and produced here. So speaking of, now, if somebody wants to be a producer, which is not the same as a writer, do you have anything to help do with that? I'm just asking because I just thought of it.
Yeah, I mean, producing is a whole different beast. I
Yeah,
mean, at
that's what
the
I
end
was
of
gonna
it,
say. I thought it is.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about just getting shit done,
Yeah.
and making it happen. And so
Thank you,
there's no
Derica.
real, yeah, there's no like kind of formal
Okay.
training to be a producer. Like, yes, well, let me take that back. Yes, there's schools that you can go to for producing, but
Yeah.
there's no better way to learn than just do it, right? It's
Experience.
just
I
common
agree.
sense.
I agree. I mean, and that's with life, I think, and with every job. Because I mean,
Yeah.
even when we went to college, it wasn't like as soon as I graduated, I knew how to do whatever job I was going to get. I still had to be trained at that job when I got there. And then my industry, the same thing. I train other people how to do this business, but the real life experience happens after you get out of class. I'm just
That's
teaching
right.
you like,
That's
hey,
right.
this is how you need to put your website, or this is your prices. But working with
Yeah.
clients and different personalities, that's got to happen in real life.
That's so true. That's so true. That's so
Oh,
true.
I'm so glad we got to have this chat. You were so engaging and informative. And for all the creatives out here, because I don't know, like I said, I don't really communicate with that many people in the TV world outside of when I used to work on set for movies. And I didn't like costuming as much as private clients. So I hardly ever work on movies anymore. But
Yeah.
when I did work on movies, I only stayed focused on my department, costuming.
Yeah.
And I met some PAs and maybe a few directors, but I wasn't trying to be in any other lane than my own. So I didn't get to know anybody or anything. But what I did see, because I watched Queen Sugar and I love Ava DuVernay,
Yeah.
but I saw that they had a director, and I thought it was really inspiring. So that's why I wanted to share on this platform. They had a director they let direct this season, and she started off as a PA, which is
Yeah.
just an assistant, on set, and was able to work her way up to being a director, like you said, from experience and working on the show. So they
Yep.
were like giving her a lot of applause last week because I think she's fairly young, but just the fact that I think she like quit her job to go assist Ava to do the show and just worked her way up, and now she's one of the directors of the show.
That's exactly right. I mean, Queen Sugar is
That's a good show.
amazing for so many reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, Ava is amazing for so many
Yeah.
reasons because she has created a pipeline to help more women directors get
Exactly.
out into the field. I mean, same with my mom. My Queen Sugar was my mom's first television job, and she had been
Oh
directing
wow.
for years. But it was only until Ava said, "Hey, come direct on this show,
Yeah.
because it's not like other people were checking, because this business is ran predominantly by white men.
Exactly.
So, you know, and the cultural nuances are missed and all of those stuff.
And
And
all
so
the politics that go on in all of these industries, entertainment and creative behind the scenes. Same with my industry.
Exactly. And my mom has been directing for like, you know, 40, 50 plus years or whatnot. So this opened up an opportunity for her now she's now directing on Dynasty and, you know, Delilah
The new
shows.
one?
Say it again?
The new Dynasty?
Yeah, the new Dynasty.
I was watching that for a little while. I watched a couple of seasons. I was really hooked. Me and my daughter for a couple of seasons in.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't even checking for it until, you know, she got it. I was just like, oh, I gotta check this out.
That's what's up. Now, outside of you teaching other people, are you have any projects that you can share that you have produced or worked on that we know and recognize in the last year or two or whatever?
So most recently, me and my writing partner sold a half-hour comedy to BET that's currently in development.
I remember that came up at the dinner. Congrats again.
Yeah.
Yes, we talked about that at the dinner.
This is a project that is based off my experience being in one of the first Black and Latino tech incubators in Atlanta. And so it's a kind of like Silicon Valley meets, you know, Atlanta kind of, you know, vibe.
Okay. Now, when is it coming out?
So I don't know yet. We just finished writing the pilot. So you know, there's a lot of steps to go. A lot more steps to go, yes. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's awesome. So outside of teaching, you still have your own projects, you're writing, producing, etc. I love that. I love it. Well, I have enjoyed having you. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're right about at our time. Everybody, if you missed some of it or came late, left early, whatever, the replay will go up right after. You can go and watch it. Go and follow her. Again, free class tomorrow at 7:30, as well as a rolling enrollment for you to learn how to write, learn to be a writer on somebody else's project, so on and so forth. Any creative professional. She works with the groups or privately. So reach out, connect with her. We have you're our big time celebrity on the Love E Live tonight. Because, you know, mostly I have a lot of different women that I meet because I know it's a lot of different people follow me. So we're not always talking about fashion, but we're always going to be talking about creative as well as the business behind creativity, which is the marketing and, you know, like you said, the storytelling, the branding. If I can get my accountant on here, we'll get her on here too. I've had my financial advisor though, but that's more about future wealth. My accountant helps me with my current wealth.
I love that. I love that.
All about the business and all about the creativity. And I know some amazing women, so I love to bring them on here and share my little platform that other people can be exposed and learn, and not just from me, but from the people I get to be in my network. So
I so appreciate you. I really, really do. I love your energy and vibe as always. So I look forward to our next hang.
Yes, I'm looking forward to our next meetup. Me, you, Farrah, and maybe if Caroline can come out too.
Yes, come on now, Film Connects.
Basically, yeah. She's somebody I need to get on here too. Next month, I'll do one film person a month.
One film, right? Because you still got to run the business. You got to run the business.
Yes. I'm gonna reach out to her as well. She's been doing some great things as well. So thank you again. Y'all check her out, follow her, and I'll be touching base with you soon. And have a good night and a good rest of the week.
Good night. Appreciate you.
Bye, everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night.